I am curious, Spencer, what you think about what's going on with Lewis Hamilton right now, because the Lewis Hamilton fans are beginning to get a little conspiratorial about
Hmm.
the fact that he has not been racing very well in qualifying. He has not been able to outqualify George this season.
Hmm.
He's a lot slower on his pace on Saturdays, and maybe he's not. Maybe there's some sabotage going on in his side of the Mercedes garage. So I'm curious what your thoughts are on that
I encourage everyone to
conspiracy,
believe the conspiracy theory of their choice. If it makes you feel good, if it makes,
but not
because
all
what
of them.
the point of believing a conspiracy theory is comfort. You're anxious in an uncertain world, and what you want to believe is something that's absolutely true and that there has a plan and a plot behind. Also, this is Formula One. Go ahead and believe in your conspiracies because stranger things have turned out to be true in this sport. So if that's what you want to believe, then yes, go right ahead. My argument has always been that George Russell is better at driving a slightly worse car than Lewis Hamilton because Lewis Hamilton knows the absolute last finite edge of performance. And if you don't give him a car that he can take to that, he kind of short circuits and doesn't know what to do. At the margins, he's still one of the like 4 or 5 best drivers in the world. It just so happens that his car is not matching the skill that he can put into it. So, also, why not? Like, honestly, why not? Like, if you're Mercedes and you know this guy's leaving, why are you not pouring all of your attention, energy, and development into the driver that you're going to be working with the next year? Like, that's cold, but and especially given what Lewis Hamilton's meant to that team. But fundamentally, they're already in different places.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't even think you have to be conspiratorial about it. I think
Hmm.
that this is what happens when there's like a sitting duck Formula One driver position.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the right term for it, but
Yeah, but I get you.
lame duck, sitting duck, I don't know. Some
Lame
sort
duck,
of
I think is what we're
a
doing. Yeah.
duck
Yes.
of a certain variety.
Hmm.
Yeah, like you're not going to be in the meetings where they're planning out things for next year. They're not going to want you to
Mm-mm.
steal their IP, so you kind of get frozen out of those sorts of things. You might not get the new upgrade. You might not get the best strategy. They're obviously going to have to put all their duck eggs in the George Russell basket going forward because
Hmm.
you chose to leave. So this is kind of like a natural progression. Now, do I think that it's like nice? Like, no, of course not. I'm a Lewis
No.
Hamilton fan, but I understand if that is indeed what's happening, why it's happening. And I think Lewis, he probably knew that that would be the reality when he signed with Ferrari. I think it's probably a good case for not um like who I don't know if he leaked that he was leaving or if it would have come out anyways or if too many people knew about
Hmm.
it, et cetera, et cetera. I'm sure eventually it would have leaked out, but I think that's a good reason to try to keep those things under wraps. I don't know if that was his choice or not, but because this is kind of the way that you're treated, like he for so long at Mercedes was the top guy because he's Lewis Hamilton, because he won the championships and he won all the races and all the podiums. Now he's leaving and Mercedes needs to fill that role. So they're going to spend more time with George. And honestly,
Hmm.
George, he needs it. He hasn't been in this position before with this team. So he's getting this sort of experience that will set him up in the future. And so I kind of see all sides of it. And it doesn't necessarily mean that there's a conspiracy, but it also doesn't mean that Lewis is not performing as well because he's worse. I think that there's obviously more things in play than
Yeah.
just like he's slow now.
Also, you can believe that because they're not going to come out and say that. No one's
Yeah.
going to come out and say that.